can I love you if I can't love myself right? Soul is a flower, I must tend to the garden deep inside your soul. Why would I fly high and let go? I must provide of my own soul, but not be neglected, and the truth that I'm respected. Reciprocal love is the only direction. Your reflection is a mirror of its own. Soul is a flower, baby girl, but they were gone. We need to be honest about love, and what we've shown is not enough, 'cause our soul is a flower. It never dies, picked every hour. To our surprise, it grows again, even if it grows apart. In a way, I'd like to. In a way, when I sing, I want to be like the music. I want like the music to be the one who's singing, and it's not to remove myself, but instead to create like like a really clear filter. Like I have the emotions and the story or the energy or whatever I'm feeling, and there's something beyond that that's more of a knowing that exists within me that also exists maybe somewhere else. And I want to, when I sing, be more of that. It's like I know I'm a mirror of that, and I'm not music itself, but in a way, I want to remove any illusion between like me and music. I want music to sing. I want to kind of just be a vocal cord for music.
When you sing, where do you go? As a mentally.
Like I'm sleep. Like yeah, like you already had really good sleep. Like I just like do my best to go there. I go there, and if it's not there, I know I'm tripping or something. I'm like I'm outside of it. I'm trying to put myself there, But when I'm really going there, and it's interesting because there was a point where I really had trouble sleeping, so rest became and still even to this day, rest is something that's really important to me. I feel like right before you go to sleep, there's this feeling of like, you did what you're supposed to do that day. You did everything you could that day towards your life, your work, your success, your family, your vision, and you lay down and go to sleep. And even if you didn't do it, but you were able to have that refuge in your rest. And that's what I want to go to sing. And that's what I do go to. It's what it brings me to there.
It inspires you.
I talked earlier about like the power of healing in music. And not to be cliche, I was like, oh, like the power of healing in music. But really that healing inspires me because there's inspiration into things like seeing successful artists and seeing how like they built their careers and like studying like their models and stuff like Prince and Michael Jackson and like like Kanye West and Pharrell and like Drake and stuff like that, or even like Teddy Pendergrass or Marvin Gaye, and like the music or like Tony Baker, Sade, and those like sounds. But outside of their sounds, there's individual people in those groups, in those things, and their stories, and like their lives. So I think life in a way, and life and death, and madness had a big place in my life early on, or whatever people would call that, or like going a little bit out and coming back. And I didn't want that to happen, but it kind of did create a cool depth within me that helps me to, I'm inspired not by craziness, no quote unquote, I don't judge it as that anymore, but more of the healing of what might be judged as that actually might be a healing in itself. It might be a refreshing, kind of like a revitalizing blessing if we'll allow it to be. Thinking different things inspire me. Food, I like to cook, I like food, I like good energy, and I like being around people who love themselves and even if they're having trouble, they're committed to loving themselves. So I get around somebody, it don't have to be nobody a musician. It's somebody that like I could tell that they have that alchemical thing, and they've come to a place where they love themselves. That inspires me, And yeah, I used to play bass first, and I remember like the bass was definitely a very dope instrument. But then when I sat down to play the piano again, it was like that really, I didn't know how to play yet, but it was just that healing instrument for me. And Times Lullaby, I guess I'm doing I have a lot of new stuff, but I just coming up to do the stuff from Somnus, which was the album, which was like mostly piano and vocal. But from Times Lullaby is mostly about the journey of Times Lullaby is about the whole album was like I was up for like 21 days or something like that. I wasn't sleeping, and when I finally did able to rest and kind of like come out of the hospital and stuff in like 2021 and heal, it was a lot of like emotions that had got put down. A lot of time, and just I don't want to go too traumatic or something, but like in the mental hospital, they kind of like sedate you, like